Hello folks and welcome back. Today we launch a new sport mode. We're in the lap time challenge section, and as you can see, Broadbean Raceway Reverse just completed in the Nismo. We finished in the top 8,000 with a 32.425. We were inside the gold and we get 2 million credits. Here we are, 19.3 million, and that launches the circuit to Spa. Let's have a quick dive in there. So it's a Red Bull. It looks to me like it's intermediates or wets. So if anybody remembers S10, I believe I own one of these. Do I own one? No, I don't. I don't actually own one because I detest the ground that they walk on. But let's go and rent a car just to be able to look at the qualifying ranking. So of my friends, with guys that have already slid in, they've got their times in. Let's just double check what the gold time is. A 2:41.135. Nobody has a gold, and it's day one. Nobody has a gold. Just let that sink in for a minute. The possible times, 2:36s. Holy hell. How hard is that going to be, folks? Day one, not a single person on my friends list has gold. Space Cow is a whole second above everybody. So, not one for a real challenge. And I tell you, folks, I don't like this kind of car. I don't find them real. I don't find I understand them in my brain. They're too quick for me to be able to react, to be able to steer, to be able to... I'm just not world class. I will tell you that from day one. I am not your fastest racer on the track, and I'm not here on this channel telling you that I am. All I try and do is make sure you can get gold, and I show you the easiest way to get those golds and try and earn the 2 million credits. This is going to take me over an hour to get gold to win 2 million credits. Is it worth it? Stop there. Getting gold is worth it on every time because we teach yourselves, we learn how to improve, how to do the techniques, how to attempt it. But it's for a prize of 2 million credits. If you don't like these cars, if you don't think you can drive these cars, just go and run a grind for twice. You'll earn more credits than this is worth. Don't lose your life on this. Nobody has got gold from my friends list, and I've got over 150 friends. Let's see how many people have tried it. 16 people. Some of them have tried it and they are just an absolute age away from where they need to be. Is that any reason to do it? No. And I'm not having a moan, but what I'm going to do, and we're going to scrap this off for today because I'm not going to start this till maybe Monday, until the real time's there. Let's go and do something that ultimately people have got a chance at doing. There's been a couple of requests, and Marco, you're a top man. I know you're the top of that list virtually, but the one thing you've said to me is people need help, and I get that. You're going to need help. I'm going to need help. The one test over the last couple of days people have been saying that's really difficult is this one, and would you believe it, S10 Spa in the wet in the 917K. I last did it when I last did this probably 6 months ago in under an hour, which would be worth 2 million credits. If you haven't got this yet, and I know people are suffering with it, there's a way to this, and this will lead us into the time trial challenge on Monday or Tuesday, whenever I do it. It'll probably be Monday. So I did the whole video last time of an hour and uploaded it, and I did a shortened version to cut it out and show you all my crashes. Well, settings, assists, traction control 1, default ABS. I don't care what anybody says, they're going on. They are going on because we're looking at getting a gold medal against the time trial. And look who's top. Big Marsh, 223.479. Let's have a look at controller settings. Sensitivity 0 for the controller. Force feedback max torque 5. Force feedback sensitivity 6. I'm on a G29. I don't have the best gear. I'm not the fastest guy. I've told you this. However, ranking board. I'm not on here. Not on it because I haven't done it again. Let's have a look who's there. John Wedley's on there. Gran Turismo 522, he's on there. But a time of 23.479. Big Marsh is a second faster than anybody else. So he's pretty decent. NW with his second accounts on here. Let's see what the gold time is. Gold time is a 2:25. Only from 6th place, 5th place up has got the gold. So we're going to attempt to do it. I know they've made it harder. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to leave my camera on because I'm going to commentate my way around it. You'll see my frustrations. You'll understand how bad or good I am. But let's have a go. 2:25 it is. I remember everything I went through last time to do this. Too deep. Slide in. End of curse go. It wouldn't turn round the corner. And these are the things I remember. People have said to me this is so hard now. Lift off the brakes. Well, she just goes round. She doesn't even turn. Exit. Exit. I know what I've got to take off. She doesn't turn round corners. Assists. Take off that thing. Try again. So we've only got the counter steer on. ASN stops you going around the corners, I believe. Oh yes, turns much better. You need to be a bit more gentle with the throttle than I am. I'm slamming it. Lifting off the throttle induces a bit of turning oversteer. Yeah, that's done. That's done. She slid everywhere, didn't she? Let's keep going. 2:25 is going to be a challenge, you know. Proper challenge. My ghost is at 0.6. How good is that? That's why it ends up as a replay excerpts video. Holy hell. But if we were doing the time trial and we take more than an hour to earn that 2 million, there's just no point, folks. It's an absolute waste of time. Even this is just unreal. It's extremely difficult. A lot of people recommend things like turning up your brightness to be able to see the dry line. I can see the dry line, I don't need to do that. Once we've got one lap in, we've got a ghost to chase, and we can just keep on beating it. But if I remember rightly, the difficulty was completing the lap. So second gear for this corner. Lost the front end a bit there. She does struggle a bit, doesn't she? She's a bit of a beast. Braking just before the 50. The end of the curb actually is where I intended to change gear. Can't quite believe they've made this harder. It was hard last time. The last 2 times I've done it. This will be my third. This will be my 5th video on it, I think. But for those people that are struggling, don't be defeated. You've just got to keep running the laps. Now this is the hardest part coming up, because lifting off is where the problem is. If you lift off, you lose it under braking, I'm afraid. Got 20 seconds to get there. Missed it. What an absolute wobble snot. You've got to actively brake for that corner, if I remember right. We're getting there. Let's do it. I've only got traction control on one. Yeah. What I'm going to do, and I just remember that, just going to pop out and I'm going to put traction control back to where I think it needs to be. I'm going to put traction control on 5. People will hate me for that. You don't need to. Yes, you do. The assists are there to assist. Even the fast guys use them, guys. At certain conditions, the fast guys use them. I think we've just held that no. I thought we'd held that together. My best is a 2:23.971. So I can do it. I just want to stay away from the curbs. I don't like being on the outside curb. It's threading a needle sometimes. You've got to stay off the wet. Because he's got racing hards on, haven't we? Oh, back end. I changed down gear. I didn't need to do that. Come on. Have they made it that hard that it's so difficult to do? We short shifted to try and control the wheel spin. Change down. I'm not changing down. I'm going to keep it in 4th. No, I lost the back end. We got counter steer and the back end goes, but it goes that way. It's the counter steer, and it's the tank slapper that causes the problem. I think I'm too fast going into the corner. Just got to brake off a bit. We'll get it. There we go, 3rd gear, got it. Try again. It's long, painful, probably horrible to watch because I'm useless. Brakes are just starting to act. I thought I'd changed down too late, and I probably had just a bit. Gonna thread my way through. I don't expect to get anywhere near first lap. 2nd gear for this corner, braking before the curb on the left. You should have seen me do that. The Ghost has just disappeared round that corner. Gonna give her the beans. Braking at the start of the curb on the right hand side. Probably go into there a bit quicker. Feel the water, you can hear him hit it. Gonna brake on the 100. Now, it really did frustrate me when they reset the lap times, but it's given me a chance to do them all again, so here we go. This is the bit I really find tricky. We're going to brake and just prevent the car from sliding away. Just got, oh, I've lost it. The bit that's tricky there is the lift up. Yeah, there we go. You've got to find a way of slowing down without stopping the acceleration, because you get downforce on this car. It's when you lose the downforce, the car spins. But here we go. Great fun, eh? So here we go. One thing I'm going to try. While not looking at the track, which has made things extremely tricky. I thought I'd be able to adjust fuel map, but there isn't a fuel map setting. Not that I could see. Holy hell! She lurched off to the right there. I just wish that text wouldn't come up. Does my head in so patronising. 15 miles so far, not completed a lap, but it does take an hour. And I know it's frustrating, but you've got to stay with it, folks. Doing this first might make the Red Bull challenge just that bit easier. Might. Just had to balance the throttle at the top of Eau Rouge there. Fourth gear tops it out, going to brake just before the 150. Give him a chance to brake and stop the car going into here. Second gear all the way through that complex, and second gear again here. Now the Ghost car is going to be so much quicker. We're doing alright. I don't seem to have much difficulty in this section of the track as long as we brake at the right time and really get the car into where it needs to be. We're going to hear water splash in a minute. We missed it that time. Well done. Brake on the 100. Second gear, not full braking on that one. Stay off the curbs. Don't like the water splashing. He disappeared off around that corner. So this is going to be the hardest section here, folks. Running down to the fastest section of the track. This will be down to the bus stop chicane, or what was the bus stop back in the day when I remember racing this earlier on. I've just lifted off there. This is the difficult corner. I'm going to brake, go round the corner on the throttle, and then we're going to make it down to the chicane. Too fast. And he slid straight off. What an absolute nugget. Oh dear. And I saw the clock at 2:11. Let's keep going. Come on, we've got this. You got this, Jimbo. Can't get it to turn. He wouldn't accelerate there on the curb. You've got to stay off him. I'd done the hard bit. Braking in a straight line, third gear. Weren't as quick as we were there last time, but let's keep going. Come on. Brake before the 150. Second gear. Just got to get this damn thing round. We're well behind where we were last time. Half a second, I'd say. I just braked too late for the bus stop. Got to use all the track here. Could be much quicker. I've hit a puddle. Got to be careful about hitting the puddles. Lifting the throttle helped. We're not far behind where we were last time. Oh, he's disappeared now. Let's do it again, come on. Just going to lift the fraction here. Just going to coast it in. Touch of the brakes on the throttle. Just braking a touch. Let's get it around this corner, come on. I'm looking for the time. 2:10, 2:11. Going to brake on the 150. So once we've got a time across the line, let's make sure we get it round. Right, we've got a 2:27.459. We've got to find 2.5 seconds. We're good with that, aren't we? We're good with that. It's silver. We've got to find 2.5 seconds. Let's do it. We've got a ghost to chase now. We know where there's time. Braking just before there. Right, we're well ahead. Let's not get overconfident though. Let's stick with it. We braked quite a bit there. And a ghost is catching us, but no sweat, no drama. Looking for that braking point. Don't want to be inside my ghost though. Some people only want bronze to be able to claim the license. Oi, Chihuahua. I want to be in front of my ghost. So some people only want bronze. And this is the way to do it. But then you've got to creep past your... You've got to creep past your ghost. Can't get it to turn. Don't want it on those curbs, man. Get it on those curbs, it's in a dog. Try and get in tight, turn the car. There we go, we came out of there nice and quick. Much better. Now we've got to get through Eau Rouge in the tastiest, fastest way. There we go, we've got a good head start on the ghost now. No gingerly feet, no tiptoes. Let's chase that other ghost. All under an hour it's got to be. I'm trying to aim for an hour to get the goal, but we'll see. We'll see how we get on. Once you've worked out how the car moves and slides, where your braking points are, what the gearing you need, you'll be good for this, folks. You'll be good, you'll get it. Oh, that is so annoying. That is not the part of the course where I make mistakes. Not the part of the course at all. I was just distracted. I was thinking about other things. I've got to keep my brain on the game. We came in there so quick and I don't know why. Why did we come in there so quick? I thought I braked at the right point. Let's keep going. Come on. Don't like being on those curbs, but we get the throttle out, get your wheels straight. The old traction control doesn't take a massive effect. If you get your wheels straight, it'll drive in a straight line and it'll accelerate out. So don't worry about the traction control on 5. It's there to do what we need it to do. We're not quite with the Ghost like we were last time. We were up there with him, but just got to be ahead of our initial Ghost. I don't know what's going on. Why did that miss the corner? I don't know. Let's focus. Things feel like they've changed. Might be me that's changed. Thread the needle in that gap between the curb and the wet, and you're good. Bit of counter steer there as we came through Eau Rouge. I genuinely don't know how we were as fast as we were never up there with that Ghost, were we? We were with our own Ghost, I'm sure. But to be this far ahead of our own Ghost is nice. It's not 2.5 seconds though, is it? Look at that. That's what one curb does. Got to keep it off the curb. That just... And I understand why people get ratty with it, because it's so frustrating. It's such a fine line between success and failure. But the Ghost is 0.6 ahead, so if we're within 0.6 of this bad boy, we made some time there. Blown it, blown it, blown it, blown it. Focus the mind. Another 4 miles done. We're gonna do this. No edits. No edits at all. You're gonna see it all. How to complete S10 with no swearing. And not being too overconfident. Overconfidence is a killer with a lot of things. Alcohol, women, cars, corners. Can't slow it down. It's not slowing down into the corner. Am I braking too late? There we go. We'll find out. I normally spot that curb on the left-hand side and brake. Third gear locked us up there. We were a bit early on the throttle, but we're okay. We're racing the Ghost, not that Ghost. We're racing our Ghost. Let's do it. Brake a bit earlier. We had to use first. That was horrendous. Am I stamping through the ABS again? Is that what my problem with braking is? I could be stamping through the ABS. But it wouldn't be surprised me to find out PD have made an adjustment to how the ABS works, because I noticed it the other day, last week, with the Lego Majority Time trial. There was a ABS tweak, it felt like. Don't want to be this far behind my Ghost, but I'm getting casual, I think. Got a brake before the 250, 150. Got a brake here. There's a white line across the track that if you can brake before that, you're good. Can't get the car to turn. 26.3, so that's 1.2 seconds gone. 26.39, so we've got to beat that Ghost again. You don't get a choice of tyres on here, whichever one you're going to race it against. So this is going to be much harder to stay with the Ghost, but we do know where we slowed last time. Oh, we were slow through there, weren't we? Be nice if we can do this within the hour. We'll have to see. Braked a little bit through the apex there. That was a bit rough. Need to brake earlier for this corner. We were quicker through that corner than we were last time. It's about braking that fraction earlier. Now I think we can go second, third early on this corner coming up. Slid through it. Needed to brake just a fraction earlier. I was slow through here last time. Now we're just going to be a bit casual through here. I spoke about it last time. Lift off, back on, a little bit of assured braking, get through this apex here. Blown it. Ah! Couldn't get the car off the curb then, incredibly difficult, but that's the TC. The TC will stop you doing that. Oh. So, what I am going to do now, look, we're up to 6th place, look. We're just outside the goal, we've gone ahead of Mr. Wedley. We're on the cusp of getting that gold. So assists, we're going to turn that traction control down to 4. Let's give it another whirl. We're going to keep the same Ghost, it won't change. That'll give us just a bit more assurance on throttle. Probably just enough, but we'll probably get a bit of back end tweaky, but we're alright. That's good. We've matched what we've done. We're still about 0.6. That's terrific. Counter steer is still on. You know, and thinking about it, maybe this is why I'm not a great YouTuber. Maybe this is why I've not got the viewership, is that I'm not one of the good ones. But what I want to do is just devote my time to getting better at it. You know, I don't claim to be a GT or anything. I've not got that level of talent. But if I can help, I can help. So here's where it starts to get interesting now. Going to brake on the end of that curb, down to second. Try and run some of that speed in. Up to third at the convenient point, I think. Chase on. Brake just after the 100 now. We really got into that corner quite well. Let the car slide if you can. Had to brake at that point. Brake early. Let the car catch. Second again. Now I can still see the ghost. That feels good. I'm going to lift here just a fraction. Keep the throttle back on. And then I'm going to tap the brakes. Get it round this corner without hitting the curb. There we go. Back on the gas. Going to brake before the 150. Now I don't know if I'm inside my ghost at this point. I don't know whether I am. Run for the line. And there it is. 2:24.936. That is gold for you folks. I don't know what the time is. Don't know how long I've been doing it. But that's it. It's not too tricky. It's a set routine. So let's just see if we can talk about it whilst we're watching the replay. So we've got traction control on 4. We've been through a process of putting it to 5, doing some laps. We've taken it down to 4. We've got counter steer on strong, and we're braking early. Even though we're braking on the spot, it feels like we're braking early. Stay off the curbs. Get on the throttle, bury it, come down to Eau Rouge. As we go across before we go across the first curbs on the first apex, we're braking, changing down to third, back up the hill, back on the gas. You might need to do a little bit of counter steer, but then hard on the throttle up to fourth gear, and we're going to brake before the 150 on the left hand side. Now we've got our ghost on here, and we've been chasing our ghost down. Brake before the 150, down to second gear, apex, try and avoid the curbs. We touched one there, we don't touch the second curb. Second gear still, keep it in second gear, don't touch the curb on the outside. Up into third gear, charge over the top of the hill, look for the curb on the left hand side. When you see it, brake, down to second gear, get it round this corner, hold off the throttle, now accelerate, don't change up, brake on the shadow. Terrible to use environmental braking markers, but that's what we did. Up to third, up to fourth, looking for the curbs on the right as they start just before the 50, braking down to third, down to second, look for your run out. As soon as you see a line up to third, get the throttle down all the way up. I'm going to brake just after the 100, down to second gear, into the corner, nice and smooth. Try and keep it off the curb. I touch it, let the car slide if it wants to. We hit a curb, it slid, I held it and kept it in. Up to third, down to second, brake early, get into that corner, don't touch the curb on the inside, don't touch the curb on the outside. Up to third, back down to second. Now get on the throttle, we're running for home. Get it up to fourth gear, then we're going to lift off the throttle before we go into this corner. We're not going to brake, we're going to throttle lift. Going to get round this corner, back on the gas, then we're going to brake just a fraction, not changing down. Get back on the throttle, don't hit the curb on the right, then we're going to look, spot the braking marker. 170, 165, brake down to first gear. And all this time you should be ahead of your ghost. Get around it, get across the line, go for it now, accelerate, first, second, third, get for the line, and there you are. A time underneath 2:25 gets you gold. And there it is, bottom right hand corner. So for those of you who are struggling folks, there we are in the top 6. I know I could probably sit here and try and push for that, but this is all about leading up to the video that we're going to do on Sunday. It's 9:07. I think I've been doing this about 45 minutes. We could check back and see the time. But just as a thank you, folks, massive thanks to Big Marsh for giving me the nudge to do this. It's good to see you guys in those lists, but if you are struggling with this, folks, just drop me a message. Tell me how you get on. Let me know if I did help you. It'd be really nice to know. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. 4-star. No drama.